General Insurance is the proud sponsor of Gardens of Antigua.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hi, welcome to Gardens of Antigua. Today I'm at the wonderful, marvelous, simply amazing Gardens of Carlisle Bay. Carlisle Bay Hotel is a 5-star resort and it's located right in the middle of Old Road Village. It is gorgeous. I think you're going to love it. I'm also particularly excited because Carlisle Bay is going to be part of our open gardens that we're having in Old Road the first week of May. So you get a sneak preview of what these gardens look like. And now Eric Edwards, who is the main landscaper at the gardens, he's joining me and he is amazing, a really knowledgeable guy about gardens, and he's going to tell me all about these gardens here. He's been in the business over 30 years, so he's a very knowledgeable guy. He's just been with Carlisle Bay for 5 years, but he's the guy to talk to. Eric, hi.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Thank you so much for agreeing to show us around the gardens at Carlisle Bay.
It's my pleasure.
It's so impressive. It's so elegant. I love this wonderful driveway they have up here. Now, why don't you tell us a little about some of the palms that line this driveway?
Well, along the driveway of Carlisle Bay, or the entrance of Carlisle Bay, we have quite a bit of palm shrubs of wide variety. On the entrance come up on both sides, we have the native date palm that were being transplanted here from a different location in Antigua. And as we come up closer to the arrival section, we have on both sides the palms that are called Washingtonia.
Wow.
Yeah, these palms are called Washingtonia palm. They have thorns on their branches. They're very dangerous to work around.
Wow,
because
I
they
can
will
see
actually
that.
tear your skin if you doesn't be protective of it.
Right.
Over here we also have a Fiji fan palm, or some may call it the Chinese fan palm.
Now this is a little different from the regular fan palm.
Yeah.
I guess it's a lot wider.
It is.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Has a very waxy finish to it as
does,
well.
and it's a native plant of Japan.
Ah,
yeah.
Fantastic.
In between we have Abricola dwarf ferns, and we also have some jasmine, white jasmine. A few little Christmas palms that we stuck in here and there,
right.
and a few Areca palms.
Yeah.
But as we go around, we'll find most of our
Now, jasmine I think is a pretty unusual plant for Antigua. So it's interesting that you have it here. And what I like that you've done at the gardens here, you've used this fern. Let's
macho
walk
fern.
over there. The macho fern, you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's pretty much takes care of itself.
Like a ground cover.
Yeah, it's a great ground cover. It's a great filler.
Plant as well.
Exactly, it spreads quite easily.
And does well in the cool areas.
Yeah, and it gives it that really nice rustic kind of feel. You feel like you're in some kind of hedgerow.
Yeah. This was done about 3 years ago. Okay, it was all pure land, so we had it dug up and add topsoil to it and have this plant.
Now this is the jasmine plant?
Yeah, this is the jasmine that we're looking at here.
Right, and they have a beautiful... When do they usually flower?
Around this time of the year.
Oh, okay.
More in the dry
right.
time.
Oh, so sorry, we've missed the flowering. Or
there's a few more around that you may see the flower on.
Okay. I like the silver button you've got to...
we use it as a hedge perimeter around the car park.
Right.
Yes, car park. And also managers as well. You use it.
Right.
Park there we use it. As we come closer up to the arrival, we have the silver palm.
Yeah, this is the Bismarck?
Yeah,
is
Bismarck,
right?
silver palm, yeah. Below it, we got the Chinese palms just underneath it.
Right, beautiful. And of course the frangipani.
Yeah, well, we have the white frangipani, and we only use the white around here. We don't go for too many multicolor.
Right. Well, that's what I noticed about the gardens. What's so interesting about them, you use very little color. In fact,
apart from the bougainvilleas.
Yeah, this is about, and the Pride of Barbados, this is about as much colour as you're going to see in the gardens. Because people, many gardeners, especially in Antigua, they want colour. They want a garden full of colour. But the garden could be just as interesting without colour, because you use foliage and texture, and that provides all the dimension and interest. Now, it just so happens that this colour here is very striking, right in front of the entryway. And the Pride of Barbados up there too is a nice contrast with, these are more Chinese palms?
Yeah, more Chinese palm and big palm that goes here.
Fantastic.
This is what the arrival looks like when the guest comes in.
Right.
Unload, walk through the white frangipani that is blooming nicely over there.
Okay. Well, we're going to walk back there to see the koi pond.
Yeah.
But first, let's take a look at the herb garden.
Herbs are used in the kitchen,
yes.
And we have just around a year or two ago generated a pizza oven that we use cassie wood to bake, to get the heat to bake the pizza.
Wow.
That gives an extra special flavor and a taste.
Well, you obviously use a lot of herbs because you're constantly having to replenish them. Right now I see you've got chives here.
We just planted in a few couple of days ago. And here we have some pepper. We have some mint on the left hand side here. Over top we have some tarragon. Yeah,
I'm just gonna, I have to do this.
You have to.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Quite a bit of tarragon that is there.
Tarragon
can be used for seasoning or maki. On my right we have
some tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes. Quite a bit more thyme that is used for seasoning your meat, your chicken, your beef, your pork, whatever. Along with the chives is excellent.
Now you've raised these garden beds. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, because it is all actually built up soil. So we got to add more soil all the time so we can get the good nutrient from it, so that our plants or herbs will be successful in their growth. Along here we have lemongrass that is also used in the kitchen for seasoning, for tea, and quite a bit of cherry tomatoes.
Now you mentioned something to me when you're growing these plants. You use fertilizer every week.
Yeah, we just give them fertilizer, particularly a liquid fertilizer that we just put on them.
So you would recommend that to people who want to grow?
For small herb garden.
Small,
not for commercial herb garden.
Right. Now, yes, I know that, right. But this is also very interesting, the orchid nursery. And you mentioned that every guest has an orchid in
their room. Every guest has an orchid in their room. It's in the Indigo restaurant. We have it in the lobby, and there's also two that we have at East Restaurant as well. As you arrive the entrance of East Restaurant, and we also have them in the spa, and every treatment room does have an orchid inside. Can you give us any tips about recycling or growing orchids? We recycle orchids when we would have take them to the rooms or to the spa rooms, treatment rooms, flowering like this. These particular orchids are called dendrobiums. Right. You'll find them much in the Asian country of China, not China, Indonesia and places in the Philippines. You'll find them. They grow on trees. It doesn't require much of a soil per se. They have air roots. Right, because they're epiphytics. Right. And they just grab onto a host plant. Beautiful. Now, when we would have, these flowers would have done their time and they would have died, we bring back the plant to the greenhouse. We break this dry stuff out because the flower is dead, so we break this out. We pull the plant out of this temporary soil that we have. It's not really soil. What we have is wood bark, charcoal, gravestone. That's what we have here. And we'll take it out, cut off all the rock roots. The roots that are not too happy, they're not looking too well. We cut them off, and then we will reset them back in the same soil, or we'll use dry coconut hucks from within, the dry coconut. And we will reset them back in. The orchids over there, they're an example of some that have been cut off? Well, yes. Is over here? What we have here is dry stick, where they, like this one, where they leaf would have died off. We cut them off and we throw them on the table over here, and they generate their own root.
I see. These are the roots they generate from the dry stick.
And we will come
once
back
they've been cut off. Now you can just leave them here dry, and they just generate their own roots.
They will even bloom flower if possible. Most hotels or most property, when they would have finished use their orchid, would have dumped them.
Right.
But we don't.
That's interesting. So they're just the dry parts are just cut off, left here to generate roots. Then they're put here in this kind of
cup. Yeah, in the coconut, dry coconut.
Right. Now this is not the only plant that does well in this kind of
condition.
In this kind of soil, or to say, why? What is it so special about coconut musk? That why
it holds moisture for a while.
I see.
Much longer than.
Oh, so it protects the roots and keeps them moist.
Yeah. And we would come back and fertilize these plants.
I see. And how long are they left here like this?
They'll stay here for about 4 to 5 months before they send out new spikes. In fact, what we're looking at here is what we actually grow on our own, what we generate on our own. Even though you can look through there, you see quite a bit more spikes that are coming up.
Right.
That is what we actually grow on our own, and we have one particular guy responsible for looking after all these plants in here.
Fantastic.
He also looks at the herb garden from time to time.
The other thing that I thought was just so marvelous about out here is you have a mangrove right there, and this is part of the guests'
attraction.
Now, you also mentioned about how you keep the mangrove, the cleaning method you use for
the mangrove is basically a habitat for sandflies. And so, being around a resort of this nature just requires comfort and while they relax.
Right.
And so we come inside here from time to time, whether there is water or not, and treat.
I see. But what a wonderful setting.
And we treat this mangrove.
And this runs all the way
back to the end of the beach.
Wow.
Into the property.
Fantastic.
And it also goes back up into the village.
Fantastic.
So when it would have heavy rainfall, the water from Fig Tree Drive would have come straight here.
Oh, fantastic. Well, this is wonderful, Eric. It's an amazing area. And I think we'll go back and see another section of the gardens.
Okay.
So perhaps this is a great time to take a break. At Gardens of Antigua, we'll be back with you in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Need to live in comfort? The Home and Garden is the place to shop. It's a one-stop discount center. We cater for your outdoors, living room, bedroom, dining room, and kitchen. We also provide full gardening care, from seeding to fertilizers to tools. Open the doors to your dream home when you shop at the Home and Garden Discount Center. Location: Michael's Mount, next to Antigua Plumbing and Hardware Center. Telephone number: 562-0268. Feel the awesomeness of a home makeover waiting to happen. See you there.
My family security is very important to me. That's why I insure.
My son's safety is very important to me. That's why I insure.
I want quick, prompt, and courteous service. That's why I choose General Insurance. Why don't you feel secure and insure?
Feel secure, insure with General Insurance.
General Insurance is the proud sponsor of Gardens of Antigua.
Hello, I am Jacqueline Johnson, the wedding guru of MarryCaribbean.com.
Want to know the best hotel, the best destination, the best service providers in the industry, the best shopping experience? From Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Tobago, the British Virgin Islands, and the United States Virgin Islands.
MarryCaribbean.com.
Oh, Caribbean travel, we promise to take you there. I said Caribbean travel, we will move the world for you.
Welcome back to Gardens of Antigua. If you've just joined us, we're at the beautiful Carlisle Bay Hotel, and we're looking at the gardens here. Eric Edwards is kind enough to tell us all about the gardens, and right now we're at the koi pond. This is pretty near the entryway of the hotel. Eric was explaining to me before, there's very little color in the gardens here. This is probably one of the few locations where you see a lot of it. And that's of course the bougainvillea and the sandpaper vine. This sandpaper vine, it's just a gorgeous color. It really is lovely. And you were talking earlier about how easy it is to propagate.
Yes, propagation is basically done by cutting. Like you will cut a bougainvillea cutting or a cotton cutting, it's basically done.
And just can go straight in the soil.
Yeah, you can go straight in the soil, or you can use Promix, where it contains perlite, will help grow even more faster.
Aerate the soil, right. And the jasmine here too.
Yes.
That must be lovely when the white comes up.
And the jasmine we propagate it by alien as well as by cutting.
Right. Fantastic. Now the koi pond. Yesterday when I was here, there were tons of them, not so many.
Well, they're keeping the cool.
Oh, okay.
Quite a bit around here, but a lot small.
Oh, I see. They're more at the front because of the shade.
Yes, and as well as a lot of guests will come around and see them.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And I love the water lilies too that are there.
Well, the water lilies are basically planted in some cube of soil. Some square cube of soil with brick. And from time to time we will go down into the water and fertilize these water lilies with Palm Special fertilizer, granular fertilizer. What we do, we put it in plastic bags, control into the plastic bags, and then put it into the root of the lilies. And it slowly gives off its nutrient, and so it helps the leaves to get bigger and more beautiful flower.
Oh, fantastic.
It's something that we do on a 60-day basis.
Wow. Ah, good to know.
That's why they're looking the way they are.
Yes, nice and healthy. And you've got some really big koi here.
Yes.
What a marvelous entryway.
Arriving at the
Yes, it is. All this interest.
nature in all its beauty.
Right.
You have lots of
Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That's like a little fight going on down there.
They're hoping I give them something to eat.
Oh, is that what it is? But what really blows me away are these traveler's palms. They are huge.
And beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, just to give you an idea of just how big they are, I'm right here and we haven't even got to the palm yet. How tall would you say these are, Eric?
We're looking at probably around 20 feet up here.
Wow.
And there's some that is much taller than that.
And these are wonderful frangipanis. I love the sculpture, the sculptural feel of the trunk.
And they're pretty drought tolerant because they produce their own water.
Right.
I mean, you could easily take a nail or...
The only thing is they've got this blight coming on them.
It's something called sooty mole sap.
Right.
We treat them with cypher. We also use bifen as well, a mixture. And it helps to clear or clean the leaves or kill whatever insect that is going on, that black sooty mole that is going on top of it. Now, it's not only the frangipani, but we also have it with a few other more plants.
Right.
But
this is something that croton is particularly susceptible to.
We also have it on the abricola and even some of the jasmine. But what we do, because of the stench of the chemical, we more apply it in midnight.
I see.
So like twice per month, we'll have guys coming in around 12 in the night, and there's an application on this plant.
Right. So, and then of course the tennis courts are here.
We have actually 9 of them.
And the traveller's palms go all the way down.
Yeah, on both sides. On both sides of the spa building, treatment room area, we have traveller's palm. They're pretty much self-maintained. As I said, they carry their own water, and they're very much drought tolerant, and they're strong.
Fantastic.
Because they stand up for hurricane. I mean, you have Lewis and another hurricane.
Wow.
None of them will get damaged by these storms.
Fantastic.
They have depth in their rooting.
Fantastic. Yeah. Let's look at some of the other parts of the garden. These are just lovely. You feel like you're in a woodland, sort of a rainforest here. Oh, the African tulip tree. Gosh, that's amazing.
Can't forget it, and the butterbrush tree as well.
The African tulip tree usually just blooms on the outskirts, right? The perimeters of the tree. But here, it looks like a whole lot of them. We've also got bottlebrush right here with its interesting red flower. Now is this a lady palm or what's this called?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, lovely. And then lots of fern. It really has a nice rainforest feel to it. It's gorgeous. Yeah. And what's interesting, these plants here, alcapa, what are they called?
Abricola.
Abricola.
Yeah.
They don't require much. They do just as well in a very shaded environment.
Well as in the sunlight as well too.
Right.
They can use any place.
Right.
Interior, exterior. In here we have some heliconias.
Oh, yeah. Now what sort of heliconia is this?
That's orange. It's an orange flower. And only this particular area we have this clump of heliconia on the property. We also carry some areca palm in between.
Right. Now the heliconia probably do well here because it's slightly shaded.
Yeah,
you keep the soil pretty moist. I'd love to see it when it's blooming.
And the moist come from constant irrigation water that is being recycled as well too.
These are really wonderful pathways to the different suites. It's interesting the way you've done them because a guest always has the feel that they're in a tropical paradise.
In the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. I see a few other little things scattered around like the lilies here and the Thai plant. Is this an elephant ear here?
Yeah, that is one there we have there. We have some of jasmine.
Right, and part of a philodendron down there.
Two fishtail palm in the middle here and over there.
Right.
And we also have only two on the property, two foxtail palm just around the corner.
Right. A couple of clerodendron that have already bloomed that look nice and healthy, and some ginger is it? Oh no, it's a shrimp plant.
Yeah, that is.
I spotted over there.
And on the other side we have more of a Christmas palm and some of the jasmine.
Right.
And the jasmine I use as our hedge.
Yeah. A little splash of colour here with the Thai plant. Quite lovely.
Again, the only two foxtail palm on the property between blocks 2 and 3.
Right. I just want to remind our viewers again that Carlisle Bay will be part of our open gardens, which is taking place the first week in May, and Carlisle Bay is opening their gardens for, I think it's about 4 hours to the public. If you want to buy a ticket for our open gardens, the tickets will be available at the Antigua Home and Garden Discount Center, at the General Insurance offices, and at the Ministry of Transformation as well. So it'll be an open gardens taking place in Old Road. It'll be the first weekend in May, and we're going to have the kickoff right here at Carlisle Bay. I hope that you'll all join us. We're going to go to another part of the garden now, and we're going to take a break, so come back, join us.
Need to live in comfort? The Home and Garden is the place to shop. It's a one-stop discount center. We cater for your outdoors, living room, bedroom, dining room, and kitchen. We also provide full gardening care, from seeding to fertilizers to tools. Open the doors to your dream home when you shop at the Home and Garden Discount Center. Location: Michael's Mount, next to Antigua Plumbing and Hardware Center. Telephone number 562-0268. Feel the awesomeness of a home makeover waiting to happen. See you there.
My family security is very important to me. That's why I insure.
My son's safety is very important to me. That's why I insure.
I want quick, prompt, and courteous service. That's why I choose General Insurance. Why don't you feel secure and insure?
Feel secure. Insure with General Insurance.
General Insurance is the proud sponsor of Gardens of Antigua.
Hello, I am Jacqueline Johnson, the wedding guru of MarryCaribbean.com.
Want to know the best hotel, the best destination, the best service providers in the industry, the best shopping experience? From Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Tobago, the British Virgin Islands, and the United States Virgin Islands.
MarryCaribbean.com.
To take you there. I said, Caribbean travel, we will move the world for you. Yeah.
Welcome back to Gardens of Antigua. Tough, isn't it? But someone's got to do it. We're at Carlisle Bay Hotel and we're just ending the program. Eric Edwards has been kind enough to show us around the gardens, and we're back here on the beach, and he was telling me something kind of interesting about these plants here and why they're on the beach. What were you saying, Eric?
The plants are on this Indigo restaurant and bar as well, and there's a kitchen back there. These plants are called Scavola. They bear white little nice petal flower. It's a drought tolerant plant. The roots run laterally, even from the branch. Resting in the sand, it develops roots and grows. What it does, it holds the sand from erosion. So whenever there's a storm or hurricane and the beach gets rough and erosion of the beach begins to take place, this plant holds the sand. So it never really moves the soil from around the restaurant.
Fantastic.
It also breaks the water from coming into the restaurant as well. So it has its purpose, it's very essential. You don't have to water it. You can plant it in sand, you can propagate it in sand by cuttings. And it's a nice plant for holding back soil from erosion. Soil, sand, whatever it is.
Well, if you've got a sandy garden, that's a wonderful tip.
Yeah, it's sandy.
Right. And they have a little white flower as well,
nice
don't they? Yeah.
Sometimes you'll find the bees who come around and buzz around them.
Fantastic. Well, here we are at the Indigo restaurant at Carlisle Bay Hotel. We're going to sit back and have a great drink and enjoy the scenery. Thank you very much for joining us at Gardens of Antigua. As I said, Carlisle Bay Hotel is part of our Open Gardens, which we're starting the first week in May. If you want more information about how you can be part of the Open Gardens and how you can enjoy this lovely scenery, go to our Facebook page, Gardens of Antigua. We'll tell you all about how you can get tickets to be part of the Open Gardens. So, till then, thank you, Eric. Cheers. And happy gardening.
If you would like to leave a comment about the show or just join in our garden conversation, then check us out, Gardens of Antigua, on Facebook. And don't forget to like us. If you would like to book your Gardens of Antigua tour, call Carlisle Travel 480-2999.